traveling. It leaves you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller. Saying this, hereby I would like to begin our presentation. So we are here going to discuss on historical and archaeological discoveries of Odisha. Odisha, which is also known as India's best kept secret, has its own ancient, refined, and diverse culture that it can't be put under a single heading. Therefore, we had divided this topic among ourselves, where temples and caves would be explained by Vinay Kathode, that is me, artifacts by Mayur Bhagat, discoveries by Rushang Pawar, dynasties and kings by Aniket Taide, entertainment and lifestyle by Mohit Kathale, and civilization and development would be clarified by Parag Chimankar. So I am here to give you a short tour on temples and caves of Odisha. Odisha is dotted with innumerable monuments, elegantly carrying the history of its 2000 years. These monuments often serve as landmark for guiding navigation during the historic times. Ancient Odisha, formerly called as Kalinga or Utkala, had witnessed the growth of temples, sculptures, forts, and primitive vestiges of the port city. Some of the famous monuments in Odisha includes the prehistoric caves, monasteries, and sacred temples. Some of the famous sites are Lingaraja Temple, Udyagiri and Khandagiri caves, Konark Sun Temple, Jagannath Temple of Puri, and Dhauli. So following is an excursion of some of the monuments in Odisha. The first one in our list is the Lingaraja temple. This exquisite 11th century temple is located in the center of Bhubaneswar. It boasts of being the oldest and the largest temple in the city. It was built by the king Jajati Keshri of the Soma dynasty and is dedicated to Lord Harihara, the reincarnation of Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. The remarkable architecture of the temple reflects the splendor of Kalinga architecture. It is constructed of red sandstone that stretches over a vast area of land. The majestic tower of the temple, raised to 55 meters, dominates the skyscape of the city. There are nearly 50 small shrines sited in the expansive courtyard of the temple. The Lingaraja temple faces east and it has three entrances. The main entrance is located in the east, while the two small entrances in the north and south. As you can see in the photos, the temple has a vast courtyard mired with the hundreds of small shrines. There are several supernatural beliefs about Lingaraja temple. As per the Hindu legend, an underground river originating from the Lingaraja temple fills the Bindusagar tank, and water is believed to heal the physical and spiritual illness. Now, we are going to understand Udyagiri and Khandagiri caves. These impressive rock cut caves are situated only 7 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar. Udyagiri and Khandagiri are two hills, also called as Sunrise Hill and Broken Hill, respectively. Nearly 35 caves have been excavated, 18 in Udyagiri and 15 in Khandagiri. Presumably, these caves were built as an abode for the Jain monks. Hathi Gufa in the Udyagiri hill is the very important historic site due to the pivotal Hathi Gufa inscription that reveals the history of Odisha to the great extent. Dating back to the 2nd century, the Brahmi inscription embellished over the cave walls consists of the 17 distinct lines. It is one of the most primitive Brahmi scripts. As you can see in the photos, these caves are partially artificial, but are of great archaeological, historical, and religious importance. Some of the important caves beside Hathi Gufa are Ananta Gufa, Ganesha Gufa, Jaya Vijaya Gufa, and Sarpa Gufa. One of the greatest things about these caves is the space it provides for the one to connect with their souls. You can sit in any one of the caves and take in a couple of minutes to just observe your serene surroundings away from the hustle and bustle of the modern cosmopolitan environment. The next in our list is the Konark Sun Temple or the Black Pagoda. The Sun Temple at the Konark renders an exquisite touch of the architectural marvels of Odisha. It is a huge chariot shaped with 24 massive hills being led by the 7 mighty horses. Legendarily, Lord Vishnu kept his belongings at a different site to celebrate his victory over the evil Gayasur. It is said that he left his lotus at Konark. The temple, the temple was constructed by the king Narsimha Deva of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. It reveals the beauty of Kalinga style architecture. As you can see in the photos, the Sun Temple in Konark is a massive chariot mounted on 12 pairs of intricately carved giant stone wheels that are drawn by a set of seven almighty horses. It is like monumental representation of the sun god Surya's chariot. The main entrance is ornamented with two huge stone lions standing on both sides. Both of these lions are shown trampling an elephant and a man beneath. The temple is a culmination of 700 years of grind in search of perfection. It is also one of the cleanest sites a tourist would love to see. The next in our list is Jagannath Temple of Puri, also termed as White Pagoda. The Sri Jagannath Temple of Puri is an important Hindu temple dedicated to Jagannath, a form of Lord Vishnu in Puri, on the eastern coast of India. The present temple was rebuilt from of 10th century onwards on the site of an earlier temple and began by the king Anantavarnam Choda Ganga Deva, first of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. The Puri temple is famous for its annual Ratha Yatra, a chariot festival in which three principal deities are pulled on a huge and elaborative decorated temple carts. Unlike the stone and the metal icons found in most Hindu temples, the image of the Jagannath is made up of wood and is ceremonially replaced every year by every 12 to 19 years by exact replicas. The Jagannath temple with Puri is one of the Char Dham. Char Dham is a set of four pilgrimage sites in India. It is believed by Hindus that visiting these sites helps achieve moksha. As you can see, there is a flag mounted on the top of the Jagannath temple. Everyone knows that a piece of cloth is dominated by the wind to fly according to its course. But this particular flag is a unique exception to the principle. This flag flows in opposite direction to the wind's flow without any scientific background to back it up. The last ancient heritage site which we are going to explore is Dhauli. Blessed with the serenity and brimming in history and culture, Dhauli is home to famous rock edicts of Ashoka. It is said that Dhauli is a place where Battle of Kalinga was fought. The Mauryan Emperor Ashoka conquered this battle in 2065 265 BC. Despite his victory, the horrors and misery of the battle filled him with the remorse. As a result of this, his ambition changed from the military conquest, Digvijaya, to spiritual conquest, Dharma Vijaya, with Ashoka repudiated the path of violence in the favor of embracing Buddhism in Dhauli, which was seen that become an important Buddhist center. He then issued his new adages in the rock edicts that were installed in different parts around his empire. As one of these edicts lies here at the base of the hill. Ashoka also built various pillars, chaityas, and stupas here at Dhauli. Apart from this, Peace Pagoda or Vishwashanti Stupa is another attraction of the Dhauli that is located on the top of hill. In this picture, as you can see, Peace Pagoda, it was built in 1972 by Japan Buddha Sangha and Kalinga Nippon Buddha Sangha, which is an Indo-Japanese collaboration. It is a beautiful white double-story structure, comfortably standing on a platform in the form of this large dome with the petals as it is crowned. Dhauli is a place that is truly filled with tranquility. In the end, I would like to say that monuments are the footprints of the history on the pages of time, and hereby declare the end of the part 1.